The insensitive remarks made by a few of the house guests have stirred up a controversy online and have made national headlines. And while these people have no idea how it has already affected their lives outside the house, it's now affecting their lives inside the house.
Dude, I hope she's on the block for eviction next week.
I hope she's a have-not.
Exactly.
And just all the derogatory stuff that's come out.
She makes racist remarks too.
Yeah, I've heard Aaron say some derogatory comments toward a couple people in the house in certain situations.
Chihuahua. Dude, shut up. Go make some rice.
Probably like a squinty Asian right now.
What if Andy ends up getting MVP?
No one's gonna vote for whoever that queer puts up.
Candice is already on the dark side because she's already dark, so.
Just be careful what you say in the dark. Might not be able to see the bitch.
Yeah.
Even when these comments are made in fun, they still hurt and are disrespectful.
Erin just said a racially derogatory remark to me today, but I just ignored her.
So you heard the fish story, right? She was like, I noticed how the white fish stay at the top, all the dark fish, black fish stay at the bottom because my fish tank is segregated. It's not joking anymore.
Yeah.
It definitely makes you feel that there's a personal vendetta and that gameplay could be derailed because of it. It could leave you on the outside looking in and out the door quick.
Yeah, that's gotta be really tough.
I don't think it's like intentionally to be mean. I just think it's just not. It's just not being educated and being
I
sheltered.
think it actually is very vindictive.
You gotta think though, when somebody says something like that, people see it,
Being accused to be racist, it's a serious, serious deal. And I just genuinely wanted Aaron to know the consensus of the house. Are a different race are taking it like offensively, like Howard and Candice and Helen. So I would say like from now on, be mindful.
That's the most obnoxious, annoying thing I've ever heard. I wish that I cared more about this, but I don't.
She's not remorseful. She didn't want to apologize.
Shout out to Lori Lyon, who gave a suggestion once upon a time in my comments for Big Brother that I should do a ranking of all the seasons. Unfortunately, I don't have time to do that, and there's still a couple of seasons I've never watched. Maybe one day, but no promises. But I did want to talk about what I think is the worst season of all time, and that is Big Brother 15. This season should be at the bottom of everyone's lists, but the problem is there's been a lot of people who have tried to rewrite history about this season. We're going to talk a little about that today. But Big Brother 15 is more than just a controversial season. It is the season that started the collapse of Big Brother as a TV show. For many reasons, and I also kind of think this season can be held responsible for not only hurting Big Brother as a show, but hurting the entire competition reality genre. Because, sure, a lot of people will blame social media. A lot of people, including myself at times, will blame social media for the state of modern reality television being so boring because social media will try to cancel people. But the big problem that gets overlooked, television for as long as we can remember, and just Hollywood and the entertainment industry in general, they like to act woke now because being woke is the popular thing to do now. But the truth is that for so long, television helped cause the divide, helped push diversity far away from television, and didn't hold themselves responsible for their own problems. And Big Brother 15 shows that a lot.
I love our new room. Okay, well, this is my bed, and it has been this whole time. So, good luck with that.
I think she has loyalty to you.
At least she has respect.
Oh, she does, huh?
What's she done disrespectful to you?
I don't know, maybe you should get to know her, Erin.
Lied to my face. Judd, get the out of here right now.
This is my house too.
Aligned with anyone.
It's okay. Judd can be your 5th chance of a showman.
Judge your last call. You're a crazy, slutty bitch. What's going on? Why did you move the bed?
I didn't touch that bed.
Who did it?
To my surprise, my bed is flipped upside down and all the pillows are on the floor. It was very hurtful. I know somebody got one more time to flip my bed and it's gonna be all hell in this house.
What you gonna do, girl?
See the black
what you
girl
gonna
come out of
do? And first of all, I wouldn't get in your bed anyway with all them crabs.
So do it again, Erin.
What you gonna do, girl? What you gonna do, class girl? Where's your class?
Candice.
I'm gonna say anything.
What you gonna
to
say?
her. I'm gonna
You
say
want the
next
black to
night-
come out?
What you gonna say?
What you gonna say?
I don't need this to protect me.
The fact that some have tried revisionist history for this season is crazy. It is so bad and the start of many problems. You have complaints about what Big Brother has become over the past decade? Look no further than this season. Until recently, this season had the most aggressive racism this game had ever seen. Before the worst of the racism that went on this season, Erin started off, along with Gina Marie, with their racist comments. A lot started about Helen and her Asian descent, then moved on towards Candice. Erin was told about her possible racism and did not care. It would totally get out of control when the trash Mean Girl alliance of Erin, Caitlyn, and Gina Marie were blindsided in a vote. Erin went so far as to flip Candice's mattress off the bed. This will lead to a fight, but the thing that really gets me about the whole mattress flipping incident is just a few seasons before this. A black woman was kicked off the show for throwing her microphone, which is, production's property, and possibly damaging to production's property. Erin continuously flipping a mattress, that mattress is also production's property, and production knowing the racial motivation behind it should have kicked her off the show. It could have possibly saved this show a lot of grief, but they chose not to. It should be no surprise because, as I've pointed out many times on this channel, production has shown to be racist over and over and over. Howard, the only black man on the cast, took it upon himself to try to help Candice with all of the racism going on. Some would say Howard had to put his game on the line for this cause. One of the biggest punches to the stomach on feeds was having to watch Howard break down, crying to pray to God to give him strength in this situation.
Oh, help me. Help me, Lord, please. Help me, please, Jesus. Help me, Lord, please. Help me, please.
To say racism cut into the game and dictated a lot of the gameplay this season would be an understatement. And for something that is supposed to be a game, the producers dropped the ball with letting it get as far as it did. Because of the failures in season 15, you've seen the kind of problems this show has had since this season.
Y'all gonna get into it. They gonna say something.
What if I promise you?
You can't.
What if I promise you?
You can't control your mouth.
You can.
Huh?
You can. You can control your mouth like
I
that.
can't control my mouth if you're going back and forth with them. I'm already angst with this shit. You know how much acting and Sam Bourne and tap dancing I gotta do around here? Just to keep from being real? You know how much I fucking pray? You think I'll be doing that for my health?
Howie, when we go to sleep at the end of the night together, it makes me happy. And it's the only thing that gets me through this game, and I don't want that to end.
It's hard because a lot of people, including myself, don't always want to talk about this subject when it comes to Big Brother or social games in general. But with the producers failing this season to do anything about this happening in the game, the aggressive racism that happened in the game, the genre has never really got a chance to move on, because you see, CBS did not make any changes to the show until season 23. This was season 15. 8 years later, they finally made a change in casting. And as we're going into season 25, they've yet to make a real change to production. The same production team that let this problem get out of control in the first place and said in interviews they never saw that the show had a racist issue with their casting. It's like they were blind to this season or just tried to sweep it under the rug. Well, they did try and sweep it under the rug, and look what has happened in the aftermath every season since, and look at the kind of rhetoric we always have to talk about when it comes to Big Brother. With the racism being the biggest failure of the season, let's talk about another failure of Big Brother 15, the gameplay. In years since this season has ended, there has somehow been revisionist history that this season may have been controversial, but the gameplay was good. Wrong. While voting with the house was first made a big thing 3 seasons prior, Big Brother 15 is the season that made it a popular thing to do. And how could that not be the case in a house full of atrocious people? And the season after this would take that and run with it. Big Brother 15 had 7 unanimous votes, tying only 1 season before it. This season is when you started to see more and more sheep play this game. More and more people want to vote with the house because that's what the house wants to do. Start of many problems for Big Brother came from this season.
I'm a yoga instructor certified to train all over the world. I'm also the sister of Big Brother winner Rachel. I'm going to try to keep the fact that Rachel's my sister hidden for as long as possible.
Another big problem that started with this season, although it actually started other seasons before this as well, was bad twists. The MVP twist, where Alyssa kept being voted for it, because why wouldn't she? She's Rachel Riley's sister, a popular player from the past.
Congratulations, America has chosen you as the Big Brother MVP for the week. You have the power to secretly nominate a third house guest for eviction. No one in the house knows that you have been named MVP. It's up to you whether or not to tell any of your fellow house guests. Start thinking about your nominations now because you'll secretly be naming the third nominee soon.
And while there was some good alliances to watch, even if they were short-lived, the mom squad of Helen and Alyssa was popular for a time. And my theory as to why this season gets revisionist history is because people want to like it only for the fact that the male alliance failed. The moving company, All Guys Alliance, fell apart early in the season.
I wrote all my invitations. Now all I need to go do is go out and talk to individual people and hand them the letter invitation to join this alliance.
What I'm looking to do tonight is to pull together a group of people.
Talked with Spencer. I have no doubt about Spencer.
Yeah.
Spencer's gonna be loyal.
And then later tonight, I want to have like a late night kind of meeting kind of thing.
We have our 4-man dream team. It's time to add number 5, McCrae.
Yep.
So here's what I want to do, right? And I've drawn up a list of people that I've talked to. It is a group of 5.
Yeah.
And we are working together.
Yeah.
And we are doing it secretly. This is the 5. This is the 5. This is the final 5 ride.
Yeah.
And played well, it can work that way.
Yeah.
But I have a secret to tell you. What? You're gonna be mad. What is it? Get the Browns about to be mad. There was a boys' alliance. 100%. It's called the Moving Company.
I decide that I have to tell Amanda about the moving company. For a while, I feel like she's been getting very suspicious, and it makes things really tough and awkward, and it's tough to keep things sorted in my head, really. So hopefully this will create a bigger bond with us.
Constantly being like, you're gonna have to drop her.
And it helped lead the miserable women be able to get far in this game. But unfortunately, those miserable women were the two most racist women in the game, Erin and Gina Marie. Erin won a lot of HOHs, and she and Gina Marie would be the ones to get out the black players with their racial motivations. Some can try to revision this season all they want, but the fact remains this is the season that hurt the franchise, that has forever scarred competition reality, and it still plays out to this day with the way these shows, not just Big Brother, even Survivor, even The Challenge, try to walk on eggshells with their edits. Perhaps if the producers, Grodner and Meehan, would have handled the season better, kicked out Erin when she was damaging property of the show, maybe this season could have been saved and not become what it became. But that didn't happen, and the aftermath has been rough. Andy was the winner of this show, and he's been such overrated as a winner by the revisionists. Andy was not a bad winner, though. I would say Andy was a mid-tier winner, but everybody tries to overhype Andy's game because they don't want this season to only be looked at for all of its poor qualities, both in the social aspects of it and in the gameplay and in the twists and in the production. Andy played an amazing end game. Andy really did control the end game, but the revisionist is that he controlled the entire game and that he was some puppet master. It's just not true. Andy had a great social game the entire game. That's why he was able to play this amazing rat game when it really came down to it. But he did not pull the strings pre-jury. He was in the know most of the game, but Andy was no puppet master. And, as already stated, the racism in this season played a huge part in the gameplay because of how aggressive it was. And Andy benefited from it. In the end, Big Brother 15 should always be remembered as the season that wounded Big Brother and now has scarred the entire competition reality genre.